These taxpayers must claim the 2021 recovery rebate credit on their 2021 income tax returns. Tax season ends for almost most filers on April 18th this year. So what are your thoughts on this, everybody? Will stimulus checks be sent out? And Governor Newsom surprised millions of California residents when he announced the proposal for a $400 gas rebate. Now, Newsom said in a statement that his administration is taking immediate action to get money directly into the pockets of Californians who are facing higher gas prices as a result of the crisis. California car owners will be sent prepaid debit cards in the mail, and public transit will be made free for 3 months under this proposal. So while the gas cards would give money back to California drivers, doing so would also drive inflation and gas prices even higher, as more money and demand hit the market simultaneously.
Two big stories in oil. First, as you guys noted, President Biden expected to announce a release of 1 million barrels a day from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, the emergency reserves, for maybe up to 6 months, according to numerous reports. That would carry the 180 million barrels. That would be the biggest ever release of oil. Now,
according to experts, a market cash injection like what Newsom is proposing may cause inflation to fly higher by lowering the value of the dollar as more money floods into the market. So folks, will President Biden send out more stimulus checks this year? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Well, what is happening now? Progressive lawmakers in the House Representatives and Senate are now demanding that all lawmakers support a fourth stimulus check. Democrats are expecting President Biden to sign a new relief bill at the beginning of next month. So make sure to watch to the end of this video to see if President Biden sends out more stimulus checks. We definitely have a lot of developments and information about this. For instance, New York Democrat Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says that Joe Manchin is to blame, and she went after Joe Manchin for his refusal to support voting rights reform into a new bill. Ocasio-Cortez wants to see the next social spending bills passed as soon as possible. She told reporters this week, "We passed all $40 billion and we got it. We passed in the House and he's sitting on it." But the good news here is that a new group of Democratic lawmakers have proposed a bill that would actually introduce a new national stimulus payment aimed at offsetting the escalated price of gasoline. Once the bill finally passes, millions of Americans will be eligible for stimulus checks in any month where the national average gas prices exceeds $4 per gallon. Representative Mike Thompson of California, John Larson of Connecticut introduced a bill recently, and it's called the Gas Rebate Act of 2022. It would send eligible Americans an energy rebate of $100, as well as another $100 for each dependent. So the new stimulus measure, everybody, is designed to ease the impact of American families who have already been hit hard by the steepest rise in inflation seen in decades. Gas prices have also been escalating rapidly, and the recent crisis across the globe contributed to prices hitting record highs early this month. According to AAA, the national gas average as of Thursday is $4.23 per gallon. The national gas average topped $4 on March 6th for the first time in a decade. So the money, everybody, from the proposed Gas Rebate Act of 2022 will be distributed in a similar way as the stimulus checks the federal government sent out in 2020 and 2021. Single filers earning less than $75,000 a year will receive the full rebate, while the checks will be phased out for those earning up to $80,000. Joint filers who earn less than $150,000 would qualify, but the check will be phased out at $160,000. Lawmakers have even told reporters Americans are feeling the impact at the pump of the crisis, and right now we must work together on common sense policy solutions to ease the financial burden that Americans are feeling. The price hike is putting a strain on the economy, and we are proud to be working together to introduce legislation to provide middle-class Americans with monthly payments to ease the financial burden. So everybody, in January, the IRS announced that the third stimulus checks had been issued to all eligible Americans. In 2021, the IRS sent out stimulus payments, officially known as EIP checks, to more than 175 million Americans. The payments to individuals totaled over $400 billion. And so this Gas Rebate Act and other recent Democratic proposals, which are seeking to address gasoline prices, are also expected to meet opposition from Republicans in Congress.
Just the first step. I want to know where other challenges exist and the opportunities to tackle them. Finally, we should be getting creative and exploring innovative solutions to the problem, using new approaches to extract critical minerals like rare earths from old mine tailings, waste materials, and even acid mine drainage can be an opportunity to address an environmental problem and a critical mineral challenges at the same time. To that end, I'm very pleased to have Dr. Zemkowicz. Am I close? Dr. Z?
No, he's shaking his head no.
I am so happy to have Dr. Z with us today. He's going to share the good work he's doing at the director of the West Virginia Water Resources Institute at West Virginia University. That's not too far from here. I'm going to tell you, if you get a chance to go, and I know a lot of you are interested, you ought to see what they're doing. You ought to see what they're extracting and how he's doing it. And they're going to commercial now, right? Yep. As many of you know, our coal communities bear the scars that have mined the coal to power the country to be greatness that we are. This legacy includes acid mine drainage that pollutes streams across West Virginia as a result of abandoned and bond-forfeited mines. But while this harmful pollution is a blight on our communities, Paul and his team have done incredible work in partnership with the National Energy Technology Lab and West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection. They are demonstrating.
Our ports have only been open during the week, Monday through Friday.
Now this is just in, the unemployment claims are unexpectedly rising. So as the crisis continues to worsen across the country, lawmakers are now in Congress and looking into passing the fourth stimulus checks as soon as this month of January. So even state governors are urging the Biden administration to send out more stimulus money for Americans that are financially struggling right now. And this is a win-win for pretty much everybody. Now folks, on this channel, I always do my very best in providing you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check information. So it really means a lot to me if you could subscribe to my channel. Now according to the Labor Department, initial unemployment claims unexpectedly jumped to a total of 230,000 last week. It still remained low compared to the crisis-era averages. And the Labor Department just released its latest weekly jobless claims report. Despite the rise in filings for the first-time unemployment claims, jobless claims have held near or below the pre-crisis levels for more than a month. But many economists and lawmakers are worried about the slow economic recovery of the crisis. With the crisis making its way across the country and across many states and many cities, Americans are becoming more and more worried about their finances. According to several sources, further economic support must be passed by Congress as soon as possible, as soon as this month. All for the people of America and all for American businesses. Do you guys agree with that message? Do you believe that President Biden has to do all that it takes to send out the fourth stimulus check? The recent surge of the crisis is actually forcing thousands of people off work and putting them under big pressure. But the good news is that there is more stimulus money available to be claimed for by many people. People just have to be ready to receive the stimulus payments, folks, so comment down below if you're ready to receive more stimulus checks from the government. So the latest batch of stimulus payments from California is all heading out in the mail. Families who earn less than $75,000 and met other requirements will receive $600 payments, plus an extra $500 for dependents. In recent months, the California state government has been sending out stimulus checks to the families and households that meet its eligibility criteria. And some of the final batches are going out this month. Known as the second Golden State Stimulus, the stimulus scheme has seen low-income to median-income Californians receive much-needed financial aid over the second half of 2021.